Good, happy Saturday morning, March 12th, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Saturday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, New Hampshire records more than 300,000 COVID-19 cases during pandemic. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Whoa. Sorry, you probably didn't catch all that. Well, as you can see,
tonight, New Hampshire has now had more than 300,000 cases of COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. The state announced 86 new cases today. Active cases are back below 1,000. There is one new COVID-related death to report, and hospitalizations are up to 45.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. COVID-19 intervals available, but prescription needed to get them. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
What does it take to be the best? It takes guts.
Well, Gene, as we told you about yesterday, there are 2 COVID medications now available at pharmacies across the state. But tonight, Dr. Benjamin Chan is cautioning people you can't just go to a store and pick them up. The pills are on limited supply, and they must be prescribed through a provider. They're intended to prevent severe disease for people who contract COVID. Dr. Chan says Pfizer's Paxlovid is the preferred medication, while the other, Merck's Molnupiravir, is more readily available. If people have questions, Dr. Chan says they should contact their healthcare provider. Now, in general, COVID numbers continue to be encouraging. According to the CDC, every county in the state is now at a low level of the virus.
This is good news, but I think it's important to recognize that COVID-19 is still out there. You know, we're still seeing people hospitalized with COVID-19. We're still seeing people dying from COVID-19. So there is still risk in our communities, even if that risk is low.
State-run testing sites are set to close for good on Tuesday. Dr. Chan says the demand for those tests has dropped, but testing is still widely available between at-home tests and healthcare facilities. Reporting live tonight, Mike Cronin, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. DOT worker expected to be okay after box truck crashes into vehicle. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
So, you need a new roof, but you have so many questions. Should I get a metal roof or asphalt shingles? Are the materials and workmanship both warranted? Is it made from industry-recognized quality materials? And how soon can I have it installed? At Forever Metal Roof, we answer all these questions with no high pressure or obligation. Your new durable roof is guaranteed to be installed properly, and it'll be the last roof you'll ever need. Hi, I'm Lisa Poole, owner of Forever Metal Roof. And if you're thinking about purchasing a new roof and would like a free estimate, please check us out at forevermetalroof.com.
I just heard this big crash and then pieces flying in front of me.
Anthony Manzo had the shock of his life during this morning's commute on I-93 South.
I had never seen anything live like that before in my life. It was horrific.
Manzo was approaching the Massachusetts border in Salem when he says he noticed a box truck swerve into the breakdown lane.
And there was a DOT pickup truck there, and he careened the whole side of it, and parts and pieces were just flying everywhere.
The impact leaving this DOT truck a mangled mess with the driver inside.
He fortunately was in the vehicle with the lights on and his seatbelt on. And so when his vehicle was struck at what is approximately been estimated at 70 miles per hour. His seatbelt assisted him in being able to walk away from that.
New Hampshire DOT says there have been 25 strikes on their vehicles since January, 9 for state police cruisers. Officials are using this incident as a reminder of the state's move-over law.
We're going to enhance some of our enforcement efforts through a variety of different means.
These are somebody's family members. These are some, members of our communities, and we really, really need to keep them safe.
Now, the other driver is also expected to be okay. State police are still investigating just what exactly happened here. In the meantime, though, DOT crews are really emphasizing the importance of that move-over law, especially with tomorrow's incoming storm. They say there'll be plenty of crews out on the road, and they're just asking everyone to really pay attention. Reporting live in Salem, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Friday marks 2 years since World Health Organization declared a global pandemic. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The battle for numero domino uno is just getting started. The pressure for perfection gets intense.
I can see we're one off here.
My heart is in my throat.
All new Domino Masters, Wednesday after The Masked Singer on Fox.
Exactly 2 years ago, this was how our newscast started.
The NBA has just put the rest of its season on hold after a player tests positive for the virus.
And President Trump is now suspending all travel from Europe to the U.S.
Life drastically changed that day. Schools suspending classes, travel halting, businesses closing down as millions of Americans worked from home. 2 years later, New Hampshire just eclipsed 300,000 total infections. And sadly, more than 2,400 Granite Staters have died. But now, life is getting back to normal. The CDC says COVID risk is now low in every county of the state.
I think it's important to recognize that COVID-19 is still out there. We're still seeing people hospitalized with COVID-19. We're still seeing people dying from COVID-19. So there is still risk in our communities, even if that risk is low.
Dr. Benjamin Chan says the good news is we now have vaccines and boosters, plenty of tests, plus antivirals to treat COVID symptoms. We've come a long way in 2 years, and while Dr. Chan predicts numbers will likely tick up again in the fall and winter, the current outlook is encouraging.
Certainly, we think the summertime is a lower risk season because people are able to be outdoors.
Additionally, statewide testing sites are closing for good next week. That demand is not what it once was. But Dr. Chan says tests are still widely available between healthcare facilities and at-home tests. Reporting live, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Hollis drunk driving spike. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Since the start of March, Hollis police tell us they've arrested 6 different people for DUI. That number up 500% from the same time frame just last year.
And it's not just a March trend. From the start of 2022, they have arrested double the suspected drunk drivers than they did during the same period in 2021.
That's crazy.
I would say alarming in general. Yeah.
In today's day and age with share riding apps and taxi services, there really are plenty of other options, and we encourage people to think about that.
One of the March incidents happened Thursday night. Police impounded the vehicle. The damage, a good reminder of how badly that crash could have ended.
The fact that we're seeing so many is certainly cause for alarm.
Alarming in the sense that I obviously drive with children, yes. I personally don't really drive very late at night. I haven't seen a lot of drunk driving or people getting pulled over in Hollis.
But other drivers have noticed the uptick.
Actually, I have in the past, and I did report it, and they were very helpful and right on top of it. every now and again you'll see something doing something weird. Is it drinking or are they just a bad driver? Who knows?
Hollis police tell us they're beefing up patrols and cracking down on these drunk drivers.
We've sent several officers to advanced roadside impairment detection classes. We're out there 24/7. We're out there looking for these type of offenses.
Hollis police tell us their officers are not only trained to detect drunk drivers, but also those who are driving under the influence of other drugs. In Hollis, Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
Save big.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. That did it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.